Well, hey everybody, I just wanted to show off some of my really cool Spider-Man toys off to you all here. And guess what everybody, I just got some really cool new Spider-Man toys, so I'll be showing those off to you here real quick like. Alright everybody, are you all ready for this? Alright, so here's my really cool new Spider-Man toys. These toys are so cool, man. So I'll be showing you these really cool new Spider-Man toys after I show you all these other really awesome Spider-Man toys. So I want to mention that all the toys that are like interactive and stuff, those are my favorite types of toys. And this toy here, this toy lights up, it walks around and stuff, is so cool. And this one here, this one lights up, it talks, it does some sort of like spinning thing there. And this one's really cool too. So I'll get around to showing you all those ones. And also I want to mention that this toy lights up too, as well as all the rest of all these really awesome Spider-Man toys, you guys. So I think I'll start off with this Spider-Man toy here. All right, everybody, so with this toy you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms, move around the legs, move around the head. I really like how they made this toy. They made it so well. I think it looks really cool with all the armor and everything on there, and just looks so neat. So so that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. Sort of looks like he's trying to act cute with his with his finger up to his mouth like that. So yeah, such a cool toy too. Like, looks really neat with like that set of armor on him like that. It's just so cool. It looks so neat. So that's that toy there. You can move around the limbs, you can move around the head, you can move around the torso really easily. Really cool toy. So that's that one there. So now I'll move on to this one here. This one's, you know, all these are pretty much all just the same. You can move around the limbs, you can move around arms, move around the legs, move around the head, just like that. They all pretty much do just the same things. Some of them are easier to move around the limbs, but of course not all of them are like that. You know, not all toys are like that. But so that's that toy there. All right, now I'll move on to this toy here. I really like how they made this toy. It just looks so neat. It's so cool. You can move around the limbs so easily too. See that? You can just flip around the arms like that. So cool. So move around the head, move around the legs, move around the arms, all that stuff. It's really a awesome toy. Have them like hopping around. So what a cool toy, right? So that's that one there. So now I'll move on to this one here. He's really trying to hold on. All right, so I'll just put him back here. All right, so now I'll move on to this toy here. This toy is so cool. These toys are awesome, you guys. So all three of these toys are all made out of rubber. And I just really like how they made these, how they molded and shaped and formed these toys, and how they painted all of them. They all just look so neat, and really cool toys, right? So those are those ones there. So now I'll move on to this one here. This one is really highly articulated, so that means you can move them around really, really easily in all types of positions and everything. So I like having them I like having my toys do tricks and stuff. So cool. So that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This is one of my little mini Spider-Man toys. Have them like kind of flipping around and stuff, right? Going like that. Such a cool toy, right? So so that's that one there. All right, I'll move on to this one here now. So you can move around the limbs pretty easily. You can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head some. And it's got like this sort of kicking leg here where it's like it does like a kicking motion. You can just push it back and it does like this kicking motion sort of thing. So that's that toy there. Now I'll move on to, I think I'll move on to this toy now. This toy is so awesome, you guys. So this one looks sort of like he's playing the electric guitar or something. What an awesome toy. So this one you can move around the limbs, you can move around the head and everything. Such an awesome toy. So that's that one there. That's all you can do with that one pretty much. So got, I think I'll move on to this toy next. All right, you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head. Wait, you can't move around the head. All right, so, you know, you can move around the head if it had a head, but with mine, I guess whoever it was, the previous owner popped off the head, and, you know, I buy most all my toys from a thrift store, so it's no big deal, though, right? You know, sometimes toys are broken. It's no big deal, though. They're still cool, fun toys, right? But yeah, so that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to these toys here. These toys are pretty cool. So this one here, I like to put like double stick tape on these webbing parts, and then I like to like put them on my window, have them just stick there on my window. It's just such a cool. They're really awesome toys. So those are those toys there. They're both the same ones there. So those are those ones. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This toy is so cool, man. This toy is awesome. Oh no, look at what happened to Oh, I think this one's mean. This one is just mean. Alright, so I'll move on to this toy here. This toy is freaking awesome, man. So with this toy, you can move around the limbs, all the limbs. You can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head some. And dude, it's just so cool, right? Such an awesome, like, mutated Spider-Man toy. It's so cool. So that's that one there. All right, everybody. So I have this one here. This one's Zombie Spider-Man. Zombie Spider-Man. I'm Zombie Spider-Man. I'm your friendly neighborhood zombie Spider-Man. Alright, you guys, so I'm just messing around. I'm just being a goofball. I just thought I'd be a little silly, you know, show off this really cool, awesome toy. So with this toy, you can't move around the limbs at all. He's just a little stiff, you know. He's a stiff, get it? He's a stiff. So you can't move around the limbs at all. You can barely move around the head at all. So that's that toy there. All right, everybody. So this toy is so cool. I'll show you how this toy works now. So you can move around the arm. You can move around the head some. And the way this toy works, you just press in on the legs there, and it does this. That sort of thing. Is so cool, man. Such a neat toy. So that's that toy there. So cool, right? So that's that one there. So now I'll move on to this toy now. So with this toy is so awesome, you guys. This toy lights up, and the way this toy works is you just press in on the legs there, and it's so neat. What an awesome toy, right? Cool, fun toy. So awesome. So I turned out one of the lights. That's why it's just a little slightly darker in here. But yeah, such a cool toy, right? So yeah, so that's that toy there. I just keep wanting to play with this toy. It's so neat. So yeah, so that's that toy. So which toy do I want to move on to next? Oh, all right. So I'll move on to this one here now. We'll get to these ones here soon, like, all right, guys. So, yeah, so I'll move on to this one here now. So this one, man, my voice keeps cracking. So I'm getting too excited. All right, so with this one, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head really easily. You can move around the head like really, really easily, guys. So you can also move around the head, move around the torso really easily also. So that's that toy. Really cool, a really awesome toy. I like how it looks and everything. They made it very well. So that's that toy. And now I'll move on to this toy next. Just went all the way dark in my garage, so I wanted to do this with my toy here. That's so neat. All right. The lights in my garage are so confusing. They just turn off at random times, but when there's no movement, I guess. But anyway, so with this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head. Such a cool toy. Let me see how flexible he is. Oh my goodness. That's awesome. He just looks so cool like that, right? All right, so that's that toy there. I think the toys look so cool when I have them doing tricks and stuff, right? So, yeah, so now I'll move on to this toy here. This toy is really awesome. So with this toy, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs really easily. You can move around the head, you can move around that part there, the torso and everything. It's so cool. It's got like that awesome belt on there and everything. Oh man, it's backwards. There we go. All right, so yeah, so neat, right? Looks so cool. So that's that one there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. So with this one, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head really easily. You can move around the torso real easily. Such an awesome toy. Let me see, it's backwards. I don't want to go to school forward. I'm just messing around with this toy, you guys. There we go. Got him back to how he was before. All right, so with this toy, you can move around the limbs real easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head some. You can move around the torso really easily with this toy. Such an awesome toy. And also, what's also really cool about this toy is he's got like magnets on his hands there. So you can just like put them on like your refrigerator and just have them like hang there on your fridge. It's such a cool toy. Such an awesome little toy. It's a really fun toy. So that's that one there. So I'll be moving on to these toys now. These toys are so neat, you guys. All of these are. So with this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head some. And she's got some really cool sneakers on. And they look so cool. So that's that toy there. That's pretty much all there is to these toys here. So with this one's a little more articulated, highly articulated with this one here. So with this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily, well, pretty easily. You can move around the arms, you can move around the legs really easily, and you can move around the head really, really easily with this toy. And so cool. So you can also move around the torso really easily also. Pretty much any which way. What an awesome toy, right? They look so neat too. So those are those toys there. And then there's this toy here. So you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can move around the head some. And she's got this side part here, which you can attach to the arm. And the way this toy works is you press in and that goes in and out. So cool. It's like a little web sort of thing. Really neat. Really a neat toy. So that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This toy might be broken. I'm not sure. Yeah, so unfortunately this toy is broken. Press the button there and it's supposed to talk, but yeah, anyway, that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy over here. All right, this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms, move around the legs, move around the head. And this toy talks, makes sounds. You just pop in some fresh new batteries in there and you press the button.
Let's round up some bad guys. Think I'll just hang around for a while. Woohoo!
What an awesome toy. So that's that toy there. So now I'll move on to this toy here. So this toy is from the Spider-Verse, like the multiverse, but it's the Spider-Verse, like Spider-Man. And you can move around the limbs, move around the arms, move around the legs. It's this really cool, like sort of mech warrior type of Spider-Man toy thing. It's pretty cool. It's a really nice, really awesome toy. So it's got like this, you know, sort of toy bullet sort of thing where it launches a toy bullet out the arm there. Pretty cool. So that's that toy there. All right, so with this toy, you can move around the limbs, you can move around the arms, you can move around the legs, you can sort of move around the head a little. This toy, mine is broken, unfortunately, but that's no big deal. Still a pretty cool toy. Maybe you'll be able to fix it at some point, but it's all right. It's still a pretty cool toy. So that's that toy there. All right, everybody. So now I'll move on to this toy here. This toy is so cool, man. Oh, dude, this toy is so cool. So with this toy, you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around all the legs. He's got 4 arms, 4 legs, and so neat. Got the little pincher on that other arm there. Really awesome little toy. So all these are movable and everything. It's such a neat toy. So this one is just a foot on there. That's all. And the rest of these, this one's I think it's called a mutant Spiderman, I think is what it's called. And it's just so awesome, right? So you can move around the head all you want, pretty much. It's so cool. So this guy's got the big stinger on the back there, and there's the underbelly of this toy here. And it's just such a brutal, insane toy. You can move around the torso some also. So insane, it's like ready to just attack, right? So the legs are also movable pretty much any which way. This thing just looks so evil. Just have him hopping around. Crazy little demon Spider-Man. All right, so that's that toy. So I just wanted to mess around with this toy a little more. It just looks so neat, you know? All right, so that's that toy there. And so now I'll move on to this toy here now. All right, so I turned off one of the lights in my garage. So It'll look a little better in here. This toy talks, it lights up, it makes sounds. It's so neat. So you can move around the limbs some, you can move around the arms, move around the legs, you can move around the head some. And with this toy, you just press the button there.
You're in for a big shock, Venom.
It's so cool. So you see how it lights up there? So it's a little darker in this area of my garage, so I think it'll look a little better, but you just press that button there.
You're in for a big shock, Venom.
And you can also press this button over here and does that sort of thing. So cool.
A little too much.
So I got this second one, and this one works a little bit better than this other one here. So I'm gonna use this one here real quick.
Electro web. Pretty cool, huh? You're in for a big shock, Venom.
That's so awesome, right? I like how it...
How's that for ultimate?
It's so cool, right? What an awesome toy.
I'm the ultimate Spiderman.
So,
Spider sense is going crazy.
so I'll try this toy again here.
A little too much.
That's awesome. So that's that toy there. All right, everybody. So now I'll go ahead and I'll show you my really cool new Spider-Man toys here. These toys are so cool. All right. So this toy here, this toy you can move around the limbs really easily. You can move around the arms. You can move around the legs. You can move around the head. You can move around the torso really easily. And it's got this part here where you can pull on his grappling hook there, and it's just so neat. You can have him like go like that. It's just such a neat toy, so cool. Just some really awesome toys. Really like playing around with all these toys, you know. So that's pretty much all there is to that toy there. Really awesome. So that's that toy there. So now I'll show you this toy now. All right, everybody. So with this toy lights up and it walks also. So all you have to do is you just press that button there. Oh. All right, everybody. This time for sure. Whoa. Oh, man. I had to put new batteries in this toy, so now it's working again. What a crazy toy. Oh my goodness. It's so cool, right? Alright guys, so the way you turn this one off, the way you turn this toy off is you just press that button, turn it on that way, and you turn it off the same way. So that's that toy there. Alright, so those are those toys, and those are all the toys I wanted to show you all for today, you guys, and I'll be having a whole lot more videos coming out soon. So stick around and keep watching my shows, alright? And make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Alright, everybody, so that's the video for today. Alright, everybody, bye.